All right, let's get right into this because it's a really fascinating idea. You know how we're always told to share our goals, right? To get that accountability? But what if that's the very thing that's killing our drive? Today, we're going to explore a powerful story that suggests the real secret to achieving your dreams might just be to keep them to yourself.
Seriously, think about it. You get super excited about a new project, you tell all your friends, maybe you even post about it, and then poof, the energy just deflates. It's a super common feeling, and it's right at the heart of the story we're about to tell. The story of a man named Simon.
So, let's meet our guy, Simon. He lived in a small village, and he was just bursting with ambition. I mean, the man was an idea machine. The problem? For all his brilliant dreams, he never, and I mean never, actually finished anything. His first huge dream was to open the biggest shop in the entire village. And what was his first step? He marched right into the middle of the market and shouted his plan for everyone to hear. And people went wild. They clapped, they cheered, they told him how incredible he was. Simon felt like a hero. But yeah, that shop was never built.
Okay, so the shop idea faded away, and he moved on. His new passion? Pottery. And you guessed it, he gathered everyone in the village square to announce his grand vision of becoming the best potter in the land. He got all the praise, soaked up all the encouragement, and then nothing. He never even touched the clay. This pattern just kept repeating itself. A plan to build a house, another plan to learn a new skill. Years passed, filled with the ghosts of all these announced dreams. His hands were still empty, and instead of feeling proud, he just felt this deep sense of shame. He just could not figure out why he kept failing. So what in the world was going on here? Why did praise seem to paralyze Simon instead of push him forward? Well, this brings us to a really interesting psychological idea: the trap of premature validation. This breaks down Simon's cycle of failure perfectly. He announces the plan, he gets that amazing rush of admiration from everyone, and his brain basically registers that feeling as success. He gets the reward before he does any of the work, so when it's time to actually roll up his sleeves, the drive is already gone.
Feeling totally defeated, Simon finally went to the quiet village elder. He just poured his heart out, admitting he was trapped in this cycle he couldn't break. And that conversation, well, it was about to change everything for him. Now, the elder was wise. He didn't give Simon some long lecture. Instead, he offered him a simple, powerful story, a real-life demonstration that would show Simon the true root of his problem. The elder's lesson was so simple, it was brilliant. He took 2 seeds. One he held up for everyone to see and praise. Then he left it on a rock, out in the open, where it just dried up in the sun. The other seed, he planted it silently in the dark soil, watering it quietly when no one was looking. And of course, that secret seed was the only one that ever grew. And there it is, the psychological trap in a nutshell. Your brain can't always tell the difference between the social reality of people thinking you've done something and the actual reality of you having done it. When you get praised for just your intention, your mind gets this premature hit of dopamine, and it tricks itself into thinking the job's already finished. The elder's advice was so profound. He told him that our initial motivation, our dreams, they're delicate things. They need to be nurtured with quiet, focused work, not blasted out to the world for validation before they even have a chance to grow strong roots. Simon really took this lesson to heart. He decided to try something completely new. No more huge announcements, no more fishing for compliments. It was time for a totally new approach, one built on silence and pure action. He started small. His new goal wasn't to change the world. It was just to build a single wooden chair. And the most important rule? He told absolutely no one. Without the pressure of everyone watching, without those expectations, he was just free to work. And the change was incredible. It started with that one chair finished in secret. Then, seeing it done, he silently built a table, then a shelf. Over the years, this quiet, consistent effort completely transformed him. He became this respected craftsman known not for his big plans, but for his beautiful, finished work. And this, right here, is the real heart of it. For the first time in his life, he felt a deep, genuine pride. Not that fleeting kind of empty satisfaction you get from applause, but that solid, lasting pride that only comes from creating something real with your own hands.
Okay, so what does Simon's story really mean for us? This isn't just a nice little parable. It's a practical guide for protecting our own goals from that same trap of premature praise. So, what are the big takeaways here? First, just recognize the early praise can be a motivation thief. So, protect those new, fragile ideas with a bit of silence. Channel all that initial excitement into doing the work, not just talking about it. Find your satisfaction in the process itself. And finally, trust me on this. Let your finished results do all the talking for you. They'll be way more convincing.
And that leaves us with one final question to really think about. When you remove the audience, when you take away the need for applause, what is it that truly matters to you? What amazing things could you accomplish in that quiet, focused space? What will you build when absolutely no one is watching?